watching this right that Canyon's giving Hambini a hard time about critiquing their, my opinion as well, poorly designed seat posts for some riders.
No, they need to hear it.
They need to hear it. They should employ Hambini. This wave's pushed me out.
They're getting triggered.
Triggered by the truth. They should employ Hambini as an engineer or give as a test rider, a beta rider to test their product before they actually release it to the consumer.
Oh.
And then Hambini would have to make those videos.
They want to be fucking
Sour pusses.
They want to be sour Sues over it.
Sour Sues. That's crazy. Hambini in trouble again with Canyon. Just about to go for a spin. Summertime here in Australia, beautiful South Australia here. Now, I could be wrong. If I'm wrong in any points in this video, someone from Canyon or whoever, leave a little message down below. From what you've asked me, what I've seen, what I've heard, Hambini did a video, a community service public announcement, a public service video, just explaining a bit more in depth of the Canyon Aeroad 2021 latest model, which I said, a few months ago, it's Gen 1. There's probably going to be some problems for some riders. So Hambini did he's doing a service. He's trying to help. His intention is to help people. Yeah, he stirs the pot and he loves a bit of banter like I do, like most people do. But his intention is to say, hey, look, this product is for the money you're charging. For some riders, are going to have a big problem with it. If I was a consumer, if I was a noob, thinking that these Canyon or Specialized or Pinarello or Cervelo or whatever bikes were perfectly engineered, and you're paying so much markup because of the if I believe that still, then, and I saw Hambini's video, I'd be like, okay, this is interesting. I would find it, as a human, beneficial. I would want to be informed of that. Now, most people who buy a Canyon Aeroad probably won't have a problem with it. They're going to have a great experience, they've been informed, had a great time. It's the people who have an issue, you hear about them more. And the people who have issues are typically riders with a lot of power. They can overlise the bottom bracket. You got guys and girls out there. I'll say guys, but I mean, all genders, male, female, or X. And you have all different types of people having issues with these bikes, but mostly the power riders, the people who have a lot of power or who ride in a lot of wet. They're getting mud and grit down the seat post, and it's creating this little grinding paste in there. Those are the sort of riders you're going to have issues with it. Otherwise, riders like me who have a lot of bikes, who we're fair weather riders, I probably wouldn't have an issue with that Canyon bike. But I'm glad Hambini did the video. These carbon bikes are made in China or Vietnam, and that's fine. And they're engineered in Germany or France or Italy or wherever the claims are. But they get released to the public and have these problems that shouldn't be there for the price, the markup that these bikes are generating. I import bikes from China. I understand how much things cost. I don't have any staff or all the extras, warehouses, logistics. Can you imagine the markup these companies are making to be able to sponsor pro teams and have all this marketing and spend millions of dollars a year on marketing and still make bank? They're getting these frames, I would say these big brands get the frames for maybe 100, 150 USD. Literally. So yeah, the markup is insane. So I don't think that they're making that much money. I don't think that justifies such poor quality product. What it should do, if you're making that much bank, your product should be watertight. There's a bike behind me. It's got a 27.2 seat post. That's what I sell. That's what I recommend. 27.2 standard seat clamp. How can you have a problem with that? Even if the seat post area cracks, even if it cracks on that, if you over tighten a 27.2 seat post too much and you crack it down the middle, that doesn't even matter. It's not even going to fail. But if you've got an integrated seat clamp and you crack that, and then you've got 2 hairline cracks out of the frame, that can be an issue maybe down the track. Right? 27.2 seat post is just perfect in a carbon bike. You can't get better than that. I sell an aero bike, but I let people know, hey, it's proprietary. If you want no issues, get a 27.2. But some people want the aero bike, and that's what we sell. Okay, I get that. But I like to be transparent. Even Specialized now are talking a little bit more about proprietary issues, They call it proprietary bullshit in some of their marketing, and I agree with it. So, I think the industry is changing, yes and no. But anyway, so Hambini's taken his video down. And I think he has. I could be wrong. But because he's scared of legal consequence or whatever. Because he's just telling the truth. He's not making up a story. He's not trying to defame or slander or be malicious. He's just saying, this is what's going on. This is what's being reported on the forums, which it is with photographic evidence. This isn't some fake news. This is people with legit problems. Legit riders with legit problems. And Hambini's sharing his 2 cents with it. And then apparently, I could be wrong. If I am wrong, let me know down below. Canyon has sent some little legal guys and girls over to Hambini's LLC to give him a bit of a cease and desist, which I think's horrendous, if that's true. If I'm wrong, let me know down below, we'll correct it. I don't want to put out any wrong information. You know, I'll be the first one to say, hey, look, sorry, I was wrong. How can I make it better? So, from anything in this video is wrong, or anything I ever say is wrong, let me know. You know, I don't want to be the person out there who's the malicious tosser, who's just got an axe to grind against someone who's just putting out bad content, whatever. That's not my goal. My goal is to create the best information out there to give you, the viewer, the best choices in life versus getting finessed or whatever. Okay, that's the cap on it. What do you think? I think the best situation for Canyon right now would be understanding, and Cervelo and all the other brands that may or may not have sent Hambini a cease and desist, employ Hambini, you know? Employ him to give the final heads up on the product saying, hey, this is good or not. Like, instead of employing these, you know, lawyers who are just chasing the coin, who don't even ride by, who don't care, they're just lawyers because they want money. That's most lawyers, unfortunately. Employ Hambini, who's actually got a genuine personal interest in cycling performance, you know. Employ Hambini, a couple grand a year, and have a Hambini certified product on your line. You'll sell more you'll sell more units. So it's just like, you know, have someone like him on your team versus fight a guy like that. He's got a huge social media following. He knows his stuff. That's 2 things in 2021 that any industry should be respecting and taking advantage of that. Let's go that way, you know? So you've got the guy who knows his stuff with a huge social media following, and now you're trying to take him out or piss him off or let all his fan base know what you're doing. Who in Canyon or these other brands, who works in PR? You should fire those people in PR because they wouldn't have a clue about how social media works right now. Right? I've made enough mistakes in social media over the last 12 years to know a lot about what works and what doesn't. What those guys are doing to Hambini, those corporations are doing to Hambini, is just the dumbest move ever for a brand. Now when I see a Canyon or a Specialized or a Cervelo or whatever, I just think money-making corporate mofos who don't care really about the cyclist. It's more about, they see a cyclist, they see a market. You know, that's my opinion. Correct if I'm wrong. Now, not all employees at Canyon are like that, or Cervelo, Specialized or whatever. No, I'm not trying to throw the baby out the bathwater. I'm just saying that the top dogs, the ones who cha-ching, that's all I care about. But there's plenty of people who work in the bike industry, who with the big brands, SRAM, Shimano, whatever, they love riding. They're like you and me. They love it, and they live and breathe cycling. So I get that. So I'm not trying to, you know. But I'm just saying, when I see the word Canyon or whatever, I just can't help but think of the negative things that are done to guys, to YouTubers like Hambini, who are just out here to do good. You know, they're just out here. Hambini's out here just to do good. Right? And he gets his haters now. A lot of people hate Hambini. And the reason why they hate him, they say, oh, it's his language, and they hate him because he's real. Right? He's not afraid to say this is what I think. And these people who critique Hambini, they would never have the cojones to go out there and make a video like Hambini does. Right? They just wouldn't. And that's what they hate. They hate what he stands for, the truth. When you're talking the truth, people who want to live a lie are going to hate you. Those that hate the truth are ones who want to live a lie. That's the ramble. That's the rave. What do you think down below? Corporations, you know, trying to take down people on social media. I mean, Specialized took my Instagram account down last year. Little cycling community, 10,000 people on there. Post a lot of content. Specialized got that taken down. Unfortunately, but start up another one. So I understand that there's, you know, to use me as an example, there's people at Specialized who love my content. I talk with Specialized employees from various parts of the world. And there's people that work at Specialized who hate my stuff. You know, when you have a big corporation like that, Specialized or Canyon or Cervelo, whoever, you're going to have people who really love you, and you have people who really hate you. And now the power of social media and lawyers and money, you know, people who have an axe to grind against you can make your life a little bit harder. So I think Hambini, he gets my full support. Would he make a video in support of me? I don't know. It doesn't really bother me. I just want to be the guy who speaks up when I see something wrong in the community, which I see now with this Canyon stuff. I'm gonna put my hand up and say, hey, this is wrong behaviour. Right? This is just wrong. You should have freedom of speech. This isn't slander, malicious content. This is just saying, hey, Seatgate, hashtag 2021, Canyon Aeroad, expensive bike made in China for God knows how many dollars, not much, and it's got these problems already. It's a bad design. Having the clamp down here, and you got this much post flex, and the clamp should be here to make it a bit better. But again, most people won't have an issue. Would I buy a Canyon Aeroad? Definitely not. Aeroad. I think for the money, is much better options. But if you've got one and you don't have any problems with it, you're probably not going to have any problems with it. Okay? So enjoy the ride. Get out there. That's the main thing. The best bike is the one you ride the most. All right. So a bike with a seat post problem is better than a bike with no seat post problem that you don't ride. Okay. End of the day. But Canyon guys, bad call, man. Bad PR. Bad move. Just corporate cutthroat stuff. It's poor. But again, if I'm wrong, let me know down below. What do you think down below? Let us know. Oh, this water's so nice. Can't get over it. It is. It's getting blown around by these waves.
They do push you around.
They do. I recommend, this is the 27.2 design that I rate. Got a little nog light in the back here. Just 27.2. You've got Thompson post, the best post your money can buy. You can get perfect adjustment. It's just perfect, you know. Strong, light, cheap. All the things recyclable, all the things you want. And again, on this bike here, 27.2, you can flip it around. You can just have perfect seat alignments. Now with this, let's say I tighten this up too much and I cracked it down here. I could put a crack right down here. Right down here. It wouldn't even matter. I could crack it both sides. It wouldn't matter. Would this brand warranty it? Probably. Would it be a waste to go landfill? Definitely. The thing with these design is this seat post goes all the way down to probably about here. All right, so if it cracked through here, it wouldn't matter. It wouldn't matter at all. This is what such a good design is, you know. Seat post clamp. If you strip the bolt, you can drill it out, put a new one in, get it from most bike shops. Just a really pragmatic design. That's why I source most of my Pragma bikes. This 27.2 external seat clamp. It just works. It's not the prettiest, but it just works. All right, less faff, and the seat post can go down here or whatever, and you're good to go. All right, so that's as simple as that. Make sure your seat post goes at least here. If it goes to there, it could cause sort of, you know, issues there. But just have it down here. You got more strength, more stiffness in the frame. You're good to go. Beautiful stuff. Again, this just isn't sexy, but it works. And I want stuff that just works.